Women for many years were excluded from voting in the United States. And so, women in the United States in the 19th century, mostly mid 19th century, did a lot of activism in order to be able to get the right to vote. And so, there are four main women that we'll be talking about that really did a lot of activism. So first, there's Elizabeth Cady Stanton. She was born in 1815 in Johnstown, New York. She helped hold the Seneca Falls Convention alongside Lucretia Mott, and she helped write the Declaration of Sentiments, which they read at the Seneca Falls Convention, which was a women's rights, like a suffrage convention in New York in 1848. And the declaration was the Declaration of Independence, but it had the word women throughout included. And it had a list of 18 grievances. And one was, he has taken from her all right and property, even to the wages she earns. Another is, he closes against her all the avenues to wealth and distinction which he considers most honorable to himself. As a teacher of theology, medicine, or law, she is not known. And lastly, he has made her, if married in the eye of the law, civilly dead. So there list things that they are upset about and that they're excluded from, or the inequalities between men and women, and things that they want to see changed. And so she made many speeches, and she traveled. She wrote the book, like I said. And then there's Lucretia Mott, who, like I had said, helped with the Seneca Falls Convention. Also an activist. She was born in Nantucket Island, Massachusetts in 1793. She was a part of the William Lloyd Garrison's American anti-slavery movement and founded the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Movement. So she was very involved in that community as well. And so she helped do a lot of activism, both with the women's suffrage movement and the abolition movement. Then there's Margaret Fuller. She was born in 1810 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. She wrote Women in the 19th Century, which had nudged her messages to nudge women towards independence away from the home. She did a lot of advocacy work, and she wrote like essays and published things in like newspapers. And then lastly is Susan B. Anthony. She was born in 1820 in Massachusetts. She was also an advocate for abolition of slavery. So was Margaret. So Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucretia Mott, and Susan B. Anthony were all advocacies for abolition of slavery. She wrote speeches, and she made pamphlets, and she campaigned, and she made women's associations. She spoke at different conventions, and she was a part of all these different committees. She did so much work. And she worked alongside Elizabeth Cady Stanton a lot, and Lucretia Mott. Those three did a lot of work together. And she was actually arrested for voting in 1872 for Ulysses Grant. And she's the only one to have voted because out of these four, because all of them passed away before the 19th Amendment was passed, so they never got to see their work come to fruition. But she was arrested for voting, so very brave. And then Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton both created the NWSA, or the National Women's Suffrage Association, and it was created for being left out of the 15th Amendment women. They thought they would be able to vote with the 15th Amendment, but it ended up being only that it included black men in that. And so all these women were so crucial in being able to get the right to vote for women, and without them, who knows how long it would have taken them to get the vote. And so it's important to learn about them and to remember them for their hard work and advocacy.